Hello, and welcome to the Marvel Minutes pre-Summer Jam 9 interview with KPB Scamby. I'm NetBattles AA, and I recently had the opportunity to interview Scamby as he was on his way to Summer Jam. This interview was conducted via Facebook voice chat while Scamby was aboard a megabus. As such, the audio quality of this interview isn't ideal. Additionally, there were audio issues on my end that resulted in some loss of content. The interview as presented in this video has been edited both to provide clarity and to eliminate interruptions. No editing has been done to alter the intent or message of anybody's speech. However, for transparency's sake, I will provide a link to the original audio in the description of the video. Scamby is a thoughtful and passionate player, and despite the low audio quality of this interview, I believe Marvel players will appreciate his philosophies. With no further ado, then, I present to you the Marvel Minutes interview with KPB Scamby. Okay, so here we go. Looks like we're going live. So what's up, everybody? This is NetBattles AA. I'm here with the Marvel Minutes, my new thing I'm doing, trying to bring Marvel to you, all the people. I'm here on the line with Scamby, KPB Scamby, right? And you are
What's
right
going
now...
on, stream?
Yeah, what's up, man? You right now are on the way, on the bus to Summer Jam 9, is that correct?
That's right, overnight.
Yep, and so what have you been to Summer Jam before? What you know about this tournament? Break it down for us.
Summer Jam, this is my second one going to. Last year, I didn't make it out of pools because in winners final side, I had Cosmos on my side. And loser side, I had somebody I beat in 3-0 named Shaq, and then I totaled my flip just like how Dragon God did, and we both lost the same way, 3-2 to the same player, Shaq. So Shaq made it out of pools instead of me.
You say his name was just Shaq?
Yeah, so
Okay.
kudos to Shaq because he was actually pretty good, but because I beat him 3-0, I underestimated him and then thought it was going to be free, and I deserved to lose that. You can see at the comeback 3-2 to the same player, Shaq. So Shaq, I deserved it.
Right. If you beat him and then they got the comeback.
I lost to Cosmos 3-1 and Shaq 3-2.
And now you play an interesting team, and you've been running that team forever, right? Or a while now?
Yeah, ever since I started playing professionally and I started getting with my friends and everything, because when I played Ultimate, when I started, I originally played Frank, Nemesis, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't even run the minuses. I used the combination purchases.
Oh yeah, really?
Mm-hmm.
For like combo extensions and stuff?
Yeah, and for Team Super to get Frank West to level up faster.
Oh, okay, I get you. Makes sense. So
Yeah, but after a while, Resident Evil is obviously my favorite franchise, and I was like, why don't I just pick up Wesker?
Right.
It's
Just
like
complete the
easy to pick up.
trifecta.
Exactly, yeah, he's easy to learn and all that.
And the OTG assists are so good for Nemesis, right?
Definitely. And the stuff that I came up with, as much as simple as I kept it, I started like learning new stuff along the way with it.
Yeah, it's funny actually that we are like the old, like, you know, how often we gonna see multiple Nemesis players in the same place, right?
Yeah, it's funny because I actually wasn't used to seeing so many Nemesis players. Like before, it was just this character sucks.
Right.
And I'm not gonna lie, the character does suck.
Oh,
but
agreed.
But I love the character, and regardless if he kills or doesn't kill, he's literally the counterpick for most of those high tier characters that can and can't escape. Like, oh, you want to get in? Oh, Noodle stops you. Oh, I got a rocket launcher that reaches. And he thought he was gonna fly too high. Oh, that air medium, and then to us. Now I got a ground bounce full combo.
Yep. Definitely that kind of that you know, fly swatter, I call it, the jump medium into jump S you were just describing, is something that is super unique to Nemesis. I think that's probably his most unique thing that blows up a lot of matchups. You've actually been kind of making waves, tearing it up, winning some disfavorable matchups, I'll say, with Nemesis lately, right?
Oh yeah. I say the most favorable matchup I've won against was definitely against Kane. Like, I've had other people who I played against with Nemesis and they struggled, but Kane had the biggest struggle against him. Simply because his entire team loses to Nemesis if I was to have the proper spacing in the setup. I mean, at start he had it over me, but as you can see during the match with EC4 and him, I was able to reset him back to doing for days.
Yeah. It's definitely a awful matchup for those big guys against Nemesis because of those resets. Where was that match again?
In ECT.
ECT, right? It's a great match to look up. Scamby and Kane Blue River at ECT.
That's right,
Um,
Stream.
there's so you have another exhibition coming up here at Summer Jam. That's right.
That's right. It's against Cloud 805.
And the other night, Next Level actually had Marvel, and I was watching a bit, and Yipes showed up. He said that you were feeling pretty confident about that. Would you say that's accurate?
I wouldn't say pretty confident. I feel that it's if there's a word higher than confident, I'd say that.
A word you said higher than confident.
Yes, I would want to say guaranteed, but I can't confirm that it's guaranteed because it's still Zero May Cry.
That you're gonna take it over
But I
to
can't.
Cloud 805.
Not guaranteed. I'm just saying, like, you know that phase where you're like higher than confident, but under the stage of guaranteed, where you know is like 80% chance you're gonna
assured,
win.
right? It's assured,
Yes.
maybe. Yeah, like
Yes.
you're basically assured victory at this point. Like, what's he really gonna do to you? Zero versus Nemesis. Well, wait, hold on a second. Wait, that
No,
doesn't sound so.
I'm not gonna start Nemesis. That is terrible.
No,
I was gonna start Wesker against him.
No, for most definitely. I think some people would say that matchup is fine for Wesker. How you feel about it?
I actually agree with that. It's perfectly fine. Like, Flux broke it down better than anybody else. That Zero does dominate most of the cast, including Wesker. But if Wesker has the spacing to make things work, as well as annoy the gunshots, you're gonna eventually take away his Buster because he's gonna want to let go at the wrong time. And you also got like Jam Session that's trying to be in the way. It all depends on who does what first. And with me having minuses, if I can annoy him to block, my mind can cancel out both Zero's projectiles, even Buster.
It cancels out the Buster?
Well, level 2 and down. Only on regular grenades, like the regular grenade and flame grenade cancels out the level 3 Buster, but the mine on the floor it doesn't. But that's the thing, I can shoot him to make him believe that's there. I can sit there, camp there. If he calls an assist, the assist can get hit.
Are you talking with Chris on point or just the assist mine? Because you said
we're talking about the assist itself, the mine. So I can like annoy
really,
with
I
Wesker
didn't realize
gunshots.
it was so good against it was such a deterrent against Zero's zoning.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, my goal is like, even though he can zone me out, if I kill Zero, I would feel confident. But my thing is to annoy him, to have him call assist to pressure me. And if he calls assist while the mine's there, I can punish the assist. And if he sees me punishing the assist, he'll get out of his zoning nature to come attack me, which is what I want. Like, my team is a grounded team, but I don't focus like the best way to describe it is I want you close to me. If I can't chase you, I will give you a reason to chase me then. Like, hey, I just got life lead over you, even if it's by a little bit. Now I'm going to just run away and shoot all day until you're close.
I get you. So basically you're saying that you can play very patient against Zero until your victory comes around, basically.
Yeah. I'll burn whatever resources and anything I have to kill Zero. I mean, like, Zero is always going to be a problem, just like Virgil and Dante. And my concern against Cloud is definitely his Dante. Regardless of how weak his character is going to be, he does have the best Dante, and it's not about what he does with it or what's going on. It's the fact that Dante has enough range to apply enough pressure for Chris to not start anything, and for Nemesis to not even fight against. It's like Wesker has to fight his entire team, and if he's down to Virgil, then I can win. But Virgil, again, it's still Virgil.
Right.
Like, so his whole team is going to be difficult to happen. So I'm trying to gamble on Virgil's incoming, seeing that he only has limited options because he doesn't have a double jump or anything. So he's going to want a Helm Breaker, Super, or even if I put him in a situation, he might X Factor. Who knows?
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about with that. When you're up against a player with a good Dante, it feels very helpless because Dante in X Factor is going to have a lot of big matchups. I think more than people realize, right?
That's exactly right.
Yeah, that's definitely a good breakdown of the team. You know, of course. Now this match, is there Bison dollars on the line for this or anything?
At the moment, with what my budget's looking like, because I had to spend to get the Megabus.
Yeah.
Originally, I did have 50 of my own dollars against his, but apparently I'm now low on a budget.
I get you. All right, so it's the Pride exhibition, man. No shame in that.
It's not just that. Last time I spoke to, I think it was his team manager, Bealey, he mentioned something about maybe the teams just putting up 50 each per person.
Uh-huh.
Because 50 from KPB, 50 from
Okay, so
KIP.
the teams, the sponsors are stepping in on that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's always good. That's a nice clean match then. I like that.
So it's $100 for the winner, flat out, right there. Plus, we got side bets on the side.
Oh yeah. Of course, side bet's gonna happen on any kind of exhibition. I think personally, I bet those side bets. It's scary to make against a zero player and a good zero player, and then Cloud on top of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's scary to bet against that, but I do like your confidence. I do like how much ass you've been kicking lately, ECT and all that.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people said my confidence was small, but I'm not gonna lie. I feel that my confidence is gonna get there simply because I'm not afraid. I'm not gonna be like, oh my gosh, that's Cloud. What am I gonna do to survive? But that's not my mentality. My mentality is, what am I gonna do to put him in a position of respect? What am I gonna do to make him do this? What am I gonna do to make him buster early? What am I gonna do to make him call jam session? What am I gonna do to do this? And I'm going to have a plan behind a plan behind a plan. Make sure if this doesn't work, this will work. If this doesn't work, that will work.
Now, do you, when you're planning this kind of stuff out, when you're planning these steps, when you're looking at his team, and do you watch videos of Cloud, or are you labbing up these situations, or is it more theory crafting? Is it more like the just play your friends and that kind of thing?
No, it's everything. Like, theory-wise, I even watch his videos. I see his habits, but he doesn't like to, I'll even gladly say it on stream. He blocks, and he feels his opponent sees him blocking, that they're going to stop to try to respect him. And I noticed that besides Justin Wong, other people caught him by constantly still attacking low because he'll block the first hit, get hit by the second or third hit.
Oh, he's the kind of guy who gets antsy or something. Like he stops really blocking. He lets the block string do the work.
Yeah, that's what I feel like. I mean, honestly, I feel like but I feel like the reason why he'll get opened up by himself is because he's worried about the player he's playing against.
Right.
For all I know, he might not be that way with me. He might be like, okay, Scamby's just going to keep doing this like a regular scrub, so I'm going to just do this and it make him hang himself.
Oh, you think he's
that may not be the case.
underestimating you?
Who knows? Who knows? I really feel that way because I saw some posts where he was trying to side bet anybody for any amount that he would beat me, and everybody doesn't want to bet on me with him, obviously because look at the paper, it's Team Resident Evil versus Team ZMC, and then Cloud made a saying, if I was to give people odds, would they side bet me then?
Right.
So I don't know if it's a form of disrespect or if it's a form of him just underestimating me. But either way, I'm planning to take advantage of whatever he does. How I see it, a win's a win. If I get 10th first because he underestimates me, I'm going to be like, yo, that's your fault. I don't care if you feel like you took it easy on me. You could be on Twitter, Facebook, hey, I gave Scamby the win because, I thought he wasn't capable. At the end of the day, I'm going to be like, hey, you lost. At the end of the day, you're going to have to hold that L for life. I don't care if you gave it to me, if you thought I was weird, you wanted to be nice, give me a handicap. At the end of the day, I'm winning the money.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
There's no room. Marvel's a game where there's not any room for disrespect anymore. I don't think. When you look at the kind of Evo we had, where I don't think anybody would have predicted this year's top 8. I feel like nobody can sit there and say, yeah, I'm the top of the mountain. Nobody's touching me. That kind of stuff.
And with that mentality that I thought about it, I literally believed all in my heart and put money on it that Ray was going to win Evo.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean,
yeah,
East Coast boys. I'm sure you gotta have that solidarity, right?
But, yeah. I mean, it's New York. Ray's my boy, but it's the same thing like you mentioned, like the disrespect, the underestimating. Ray had that in his mind because Kane is Kane. And he's like, you're not gonna beat me. I'm a better player than you. You suck. That type of mentality. And I feel that Cloud doing the same thing, and that's why Ray lost.
And so that's your opening now. You're gonna use that to your advantage.
That if Cloud is underestimating me, I'm gonna take advantage of every opening.
Absolutely.
I mean, I've already been aware of the mix-ups. I've already been aware of seeing all the jam sessions. I've already seen the unblockable. I already know how to escape the unblockable.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, well, I won't have you give away all your tech or anything live on air.
I'm not going to. The only thing I just want to say is just that it's 2015, and if you don't know how to fight ZMC or Mortar Doom yet, regardless of what team you're playing, then this is not the game for you.
Yeah, you got catch up to do, or Street Fighter 5's coming soon, buddy. That kind of thing.
Exactly. Like if you're just starting Marvel, just understand. Maybe if you play a year, But if you've been watching the stream for a while, whether you're just joining the competition and you've been watching ever since, and you see these top tier stuff, you should know by now how to beat this. There's plenty of openings that I've seen after a while. And I used to be one of the people since 2012. Oh my God, that team is cheap. It's hopeless. I can't beat that. And last year, I started competing professionally. I faced a bunch of Morridunes. It's hopeless. I feel like quitting Marvel. My team can't beat Morridu. But I kept grinding. I found some openings. Now I'm competitive enough to fight Morridu. I'm not saying that I would win easier.
Right.
But I went from putting my matchup from 10-0 to like maybe 8-2 now.
Right, definitely. You show improvement just by learning that matchup.
Yeah. And I believe, yeah, exactly. And I believe, like, even if you have the slightest chance, even if it's still hopeless, that slightest chance, remember the game we're playing. This is Marvel. Anything happens.
Right, you can have your whole team and lose in a second, right?
Out of sheer stupidity.
And when does that exhibition actually take place?
That exhibition's happening Saturday night at 10 p.m.
And it's streamed, right?
Yep.
And what stream is it going to be on?
Spooky. It's the main stream.
Right, of course. Yeah, we in there. And so that's going to be... That actually means it's going to be after the bracket, then.
Yep.
So how are you going to do in the bracket, then? Who's in your bracket with you?
I didn't really get to look at too many names, but so far, from what I remember, I've seen Unknown in my pool. And that's one person who I learned from a lot when it comes to Wesker play. I definitely watch Unknown. Besides Unknown and Spanx, those two players I watch daily because from my side of the area.
You said Unknown, and who was the other name?
Just like I usually watch Spanx and Unknown's Wesker plays because their Weskers is good. I mean, I like how they use it, and then Unknown has Sentinel behind it. Like the fact that Wesker's movement, what his tools want to be, it gave me ideas what I could do with Nemesis. So.
Right, Nemesis actually has pretty decent movement for such a big guy.
Mm-hmm. So, I definitely have Unknown.
And also in that same pool, I see Korn Iconic. You're familiar with Iconic?
Yeah, I know Iconic. He was super hyped because he beat Justin Wong at Final Round.
Right, yeah, the Raw S. There's a Raw S heard around the world.
Mr. Online Warrior.
Yeah, are you worried about Online Warriors, or is he just going to scrub out?
Unfortunately, I'm not, because I'm an Online Warrior myself.
Oh, okay, you're the Online Warrior. You're the real warrior.
The sad part is he won't be making it, because he told me something about how he couldn't get a ride, so that's one. Yeah, so that's one person down. I wanted him to make it.
Oh, wow.
He was definitely talking a whole bunch of mess about Philly players.
I did not know he couldn't make it.
And I guess it just gave Gio Braun another exhibition, but he can't make it, so it kind of just hurt my soul just now.
Yeah, that's a disappointment. Outside of your pool, who are the people that, people like me from the Midwest, from outside the East Coast should be watching, like people who we don't know about?
I'm pretty sure people know about this player, but if they don't, shout outs to my teammate Punisher, because he's in pool 1 with Nerd Josh, and he performed excellent against Chris G at Next Level a while ago.
Just last night, actually, I tuned into Next Level, and he sent Chris G off stream. He sent Chris G 2 losers. Definitely an up and comer.
Yeah, he is the up and comer, and the best part about it that actually, now that you mentioned it, my first time going professional, he was actually my first friend.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we both met at the House of Chaos, our first tournament, where I lost to Ray, and then we were just doing our thing, and then how we became close friends is because of our weird teams. And I think the funniest thing is that's how we both got enlisted to KPB together, because they had a team borough tournament or something like that, like a Kings of New York, or a team tournament in some club thing that happened, and we were Team Bronx too, and we needed one more person. That's when we had KPB Sean Aquino, because we could pick up anybody. And he saw how me and him respect each other like brothers. I fed him if he needed to eat, he fed me. I took care of all our needs. It was literally like big brother, little brother. And he recruited us, and ever since then, he told me that he was going to help me get better. But if I want to get better, I need to play such better characters. You're going to see what works, and this, that. And I told him, I was like, no. I want to do it with my team.
So from the start, you said, thanks, but I'm sticking with my guys. I'm sticking with my team.
Exactly, and that's what brings life into the game. Because I felt that regardless of how many people we see in top 8, especially if Evo, everybody's like, "Oh, we only see the same people in top 8 at majors, and we see like 1 to 2 new faces," and it's always the same teams. And honestly, that's true. That's why Marvel dies. It's because nobody puts the time and effort to grind. And those who are grinding, if no results are changing, that's because they're not actually learning. Yeah, and besides learning, they could train whoever they want. They could train the guys. They could train like, well, I know anybody can train with Justin Long all they want. If they're not gonna learn from Justin Long, see their mistakes, and literally take the advice at hand, what's the sense? You're just being a body bag for this man.
And that's you. You're all about learning, not being the body bag.
Yeah.
And your team. So your team helped you out with that KPB. I don't know much about them. Do you want to give them a shout out right now?
Oh yeah, definitely. Team Kick Punch Block. Shout outs to you guys. You already know y'all always get much love. And my teammate Taz. I heard you interviewed him recently.
Oh, I was. That was my plan. He got scheduled. He got called into work.
Okay, that works. But either way, yeah. But definitely shout outs to him too, because without him, I wouldn't be getting better as much as I could. Like, definitely, it's literally the entire team. Random team at the time when it was Cosmos. Like, everybody on my team played their part that helped me get better to where I needed to be. But Taz played a major part, seeing that he always had sessions, and he sat there and broke everything down to me, what my mistakes were. This is what I need to learn from. See everything. And Punisher definitely broke down what works, what don't work. This is what's going to happen. This is what's not going to happen if you don't do this. And he literally made me see things. And Random Thing just improved my reaction time because he was just testing me. And the thing is, it reached a point where he told me he was just going to keep doing the same thing. He just want to see how fast I react to it this time. And now it's like I have a thinking motor with a reaction speed behind it. Like, who knew I was going to do it? Like, now I have hit confirms with actual things happening behind it. And I never thought I would get, like, the best way to compare this, everybody knows Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Z, yeah.
You remember the time where Gohan couldn't see where these fighters were fighting. Like, he's like, I can't see. How do you know what they're doing? And Piccolo had to teach him how to see. Right, they were too fast, right? Yeah. And Piccolo had to teach him how to see. That's the same thing. I was taught how to see things. I can see what does make sense, what doesn't make sense. I see the mix-ups. I see what's gonna happen. I have better reads. Everything.
So he's Piccolo and you're Gohan. Does that make like Bum is Kami and the House of Chaos? That's the lookout, the hyperbolic time chamber.
Oh yeah, definitely, most definitely, just like that.
All right, cool. So shout out to KPB. So what about the rest of the East Coast? East Coast, obviously, this is kind of one of their tournaments. So who else can you say is coming to look at outside of your team?
I don't know anybody else who's coming, but if Crazy Joe happens to go, shout outs to that man, because he's definitely the daunting practice I've been having for a while, and I respect him for that. And I appreciate everything he did. Definitely shout out to Flux for actually preparing me for Cloud.
Oh, that you grinded the Zero matchup with him.
Yeah, the sit down and everything. Told me what to look out for, what not to look out for. And then the times when we had money matches, just because how I feel that, especially in the house, people can sit down and grind with you. They can play their hardest just to show you how to learn. But a whole mentality of what people think changes if something's on the line, whether it's a tournament or even money on the line, because they don't want to lose.
Right, like tournament nerves, that kind of thing.
And I felt that, and like literally, when I had 2 money matches with Flux, and I almost won twice, actually, that it literally opened up. Like, he was showing me, like, I was able to see, not his mistakes or anything, I was able to see, like, what people react to under heavy pressures in and outside the game. And that's where I take advantage, because, people get nervous, they get shook, they drop combos. Me, I'm just straightforward. I have a one straight set.
So you don't get any kind of nerves. Like, it doesn't matter who you're playing against, anything like that.
Like, not even if it's a high level player, because how I entered Pro League, and I'm gonna call this the Pro League.
Yeah.
I entered not knowing who's who. I didn't even know who Justin Wong was. There was a time where I played, like, my first tournament at Bum's house. My second opponent was Ray.
Oh, right off the bat.
And it was like, oh my god, this is free. Scamby's gonna play Ray, and I'm like, who's Ray? Oh, you're Ray, nice to meet you. They're like, you know who I am? And I was like, honestly, I don't know, nor do I care. I'm gonna win. That's the mentality I had. And
you're gonna buy this Bum.
And I lost to Ray 3-1, and I respect Ray ever since. But like, I started to learn the reputations and the respect level certain players got. But it's because the fact that I entered these leagues not knowing who's who, that I had no fear over these players, no tournament nerves or nothing. My goal was just, I'm going to beat you, and there's nothing you can do about it. And it came out great many times.
So, speaking of, you mentioned Flux in the context of Cloud, and I believe it was just a year ago that Cloud kind of came out and he sat everybody down, right? Cloud and Cloud sat down like Flux and Coach Steve and all that.
Yeah.
So with him coming back, there's kind of this aspect of revenge, right? Like this aspect of protect the house this time around, because I mean, you don't get to do that. You don't get to do that. Just walk in from across the country and take tournaments from the local
Oh
boys.
yeah, most definitely. Oh yeah, most definitely. Like how I feel like I said, it's got to be with the emotion and the mind in and outside the game, as I mentioned before. Like whatever Coach Steve and Flux is going through affected them outside the game, which cost them inside the game. Coach Steve lost 10-2 last year to Cloud. And whatever he was going through, whether he was sick or not, but he was trying to focus and gain his mentality, every loss plus the crowd's emotions and what was going on that was making him feel like, damn, I can't come back. I'm getting bodied. It was destroying him emotionally where he can't concentrate. And he basically, the minute that he was losing to himself, it was like he accepted defeat already, no matter how hard he wanted to try. And seeing Steve break down, and then Flux wanted to get revenge for him, and Flux lost really bad, 5-1. The reason why I feel that Flux lost was his emotion towards Steve. Like he saw his friend broken down and in pain due to the game. Like besides Steve, a bunch of us in New York take this game to heart. Like we love this game.
Yeah, for sure.
Including me. I mean, I'm not gonna get emotional like that. If I lose, I'm like, it was worth a shot. Just believe I'm gonna come back next time. But everybody has their emotions different. And I feel that Flux's emotions of how he saw Steve reacting cost him the game, because he's like, I'm gonna beat you, but I'm gonna see how you're gonna like hang yourself down. He was too devoted to I gotta get revenge for Steve, and make you look like you ain't nothing. Like you're a piece of crap. Like you're not good. You're not a good player.
So he was
and
too
with that
focused
mentality,
on.
I think that's
on
trying to embarrass Cloud.
Yeah, he wanted to
Yeah, that's
embarrass
fine.
him
Yeah,
rather
exactly
than
how you
just
said it.
beat him. You think he wasn't focused on that simple, like you were saying before, you just focus on the win is a win, and it's not emotional about like anything on the outside.
Exactly, and that's definitely what threw Flux off me. I mean, I don't know if it's true. Maybe we can ask him or Steve ourselves of what happened, but that's how I feel, and that's what I felt like I saw that cost of the game towards them. But with me, as much as a lot of people's putting pressure on me, the pressure's not really there to me. Like, oh, the East Coast is on your shoulders. I don't know why they bet on you, Scamby. You're not that good. Your team sucks. Or Scamby, we believe in you. You know you got this. The whole world's watching. Honestly, I don't care. I don't see it as that. How I see it is that I'm fighting for me to beat this player, to show I'm a great player, not to defend the East Coast, to show that I'm a great player.
Yeah, and I think you will. I think you're definitely on that path right now, really coming up. I mean, when you were getting those wins recently, and when you put like Nemesis on a team like that is getting wins, suddenly people are looking in your direction. Suddenly people are seeing what's going on, and they're watching that more so than just any other random team.
Exactly. And as funny as it is, I kind of motivated more people to pick up Nemesis, because ever since my thing that's been happening, I got to meet with J-Dog, and then he showed me some stuff, and apparently he says he's a fan of mine. But ironically, I was a fan of his.
Right?
Yeah, and it was funny. And then next thing you know, he opened me up to this whole world of like, there's more other Nemesis players that you don't know about that are actually really good. And then that's how I got to meet you. And then I got to learn that Fizzy used to play Nemesis. Unknown used to play Nemesis. Like, there's a bunch of people I learned that Nemesis at a professional level. Yeah. And I never thought that. I was like, wow, this is what I was hidden from. And then we all shared each other. And then next thing you know, we have fans or just people that just want to learn the game who like us and see what we do with this character, that they want to work it with their team. Either they use my team, your team, or even a creative team that just works with the giant himself.
Mm-hmm. Or J-Dog, who you mentioned, has a phenomenal team for Nemesis.
Definitely.
Maybe one of the best with the Hulk OTG assist and the drones. Drones are so good for Nemesis.
Yeah, speaking of which, shout-outs to J-Dog for all the stuff he comes up with Nemesis. I've seen him lab my team as well, and he actually shared some tech that I didn't think I was going to get creative of, and he thought that I knew already, and he showed me some stuff just with swag, and I actually threw it into my B&Bs.
Yeah, he's a true lab monster.
Yeah, and I appreciate the work he's done. So definitely shout outs to J Dog, the real Nemesis guy.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So I guess with Summer Jam, we got a couple plot lines, like storylines going into it, right? There's Scamby, you're the up and comer, you're really trying to prove your worth against Cloud, who's a story of his own. Cloud is this the West Coast invader, and of course you also have like we mentioned, Chris G is a
Yeah.
storyline. Him kind of coming back and like, is he NY Chris G? Like, is he just Chris G? Is he Cali Chris G? They were kind of talking about that at Next Level the other night. Um,
Yeah.
there's this whole kind of course there's the West and East thing. Anytime you get like we were talking about before with Cloud coming in and kind of killing some of the East Coast guys, you're gonna have that rivalry. You can't avoid it. You don't even want to avoid it. I think it's hype. Um,
Yeah.
with so then that's you, that's Chris, that's Cloud. Are there any other in kind of that northeast region? Are there any stories that I don't know about? Are there any of these players have these like rivalries? Any of these scenes kind of fighting each other, New York versus Philly or something like that? Anything that comes to
Well,
mind for you?
well, I don't really know rivalries like because New York and Philly always have like a rivalry towards each other, but it's the sense of the game. That's what makes it fun. And at the end of the day, we're all one big family. Like I could always say, oh, I'm gonna be Demon here, or Demon Hill's gonna be, or Ray's gonna have, or Philly's gonna body all of us. It's gonna happen. But at the end of the day, we're all East Coast, and before we rivalry, we always support each other like one gigantic family.
That's good, man. I feel like that's kind of Marvel right now. Marvel's shrinking. You can't afford to, you can't have infighting. No scene's gonna survive like that.
Exactly. I mean, like pop-offs and hype, and then rivalries always works out, and that's what keeps the game strong, especially for unique teams, like you said, like myself. But definitely, the fact that they come together and they were like, "Yo, New York and Philly, we're one. If anything, we're family first before we rivals." You know what I'm saying? We gotta get rid of these invaders. These are the West Coast. They're here to take our shine away. We need to beat them. But one thing I noticed about the East Coast as to why I said I'm playing for myself to improve that I'm a great player is because not all of East Coast is really there for select players. Like, hey, I'm not a big name. I'm an up and comer playing someone like Cloud.
Right.
And from what I've seen on social media, more than actually 70% of the East Coast are not even strong enough to support me because majority of them side bet against me.
Yeah,
So it's like,
that's always been kind of an issue. Like, yeah, somebody
yeah,
might be your boy, but
yeah, not everybody's my boy. Like I don't know, there's some people that are fans and some people that support. But like you said, when it comes to money, it is what it is. They need to pay bills, and they literally tell me in my face, like, "Scamby, honestly, we're hoping you can prove us wrong." That's what now it is what it is, and I respect those who can tell me that. But those who tell me that I'm a bad player, that I'm not going to win, and I suck, and then they want to vote for the outsider. We're the East Coast, yet you want to go for the West Coast player. What side are you on? Why am I fighting for you? Why am I playing this game? Why
yeah,
am I trying to support the scene you live in if you honestly don't care about the scene or me?
definitely can agree on that
Yeah,
point, and I think that's I guess it kind of depends on the scene. Like I'm Midwest. In the Midwest, there's kind of this soft, like, you never bet against Midwest kind of rule. You know what I mean? Like the people here have gotten to a point. Even like Andre, I don't know how much you know about OMG. It's Andre, but Andre is
yeah,
a side bet monster. And he will side bet
yeah,
on anything, anywhere, and he put a stop. He said, "I'm not side betting against the Midwest anymore." Because it's exactly
yeah,
like what you're saying. Like it can be disrespectful at times, but
yeah,
there's the issue like you were saying. It is people got to pay bills. I like the way you said that. Um,
yeah, yeah.
for sure, for sure. So I totally get that. Like I think that's really fun. And I do hope that you put in a really good match against Cloud. I think it's going to be exciting no matter what happens at this point. Um,
Yeah. I mean, like, I adapt to everything. Every round that I lose, I adapt to something new. I'm going to try something new. I'm going to catch on to what you do. So, eventually,
that's
there's always going to be something new, and I'm hoping he can catch on to what I'm doing because I always have a new bag of tricks. Plus, I have new tech I haven't used on anybody, even in tournaments that I haven't used. I have tech I've been holding for the right players specifically, so that way
Ooh,
I
so
can
so
let them
you
know
you
who I am.
holding it back. You're saving that for nationals.
Yeah, because I don't want to go to Evo and everybody knows my stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I always have the newest new bag of tricks. Like, I don't know if everybody saw, but when I played against Noel Brown, and I did the team supers, and it was anti-Phoenix Tech, and then there was times where I learned how to fight such like that. I had to hold it down. Everybody would know how to fight it.
Right. Definitely
I'm,
got, especially with again weird teams. They have so much potential for secret tech that nobody's seen before because you got like Nemesis there. You know what I mean? So or even
yeah,
Chris is kind of weird. So anything you do with those characters is automatically that new tech.
exactly, and it is what it is. That's why I choose not to reveal too much because anything can happen, and once they see it, that's it.
So I guess is there anything we should know about Summer Jam as outsiders, as somebody like me who I can't go, but I'm of course be my ass in front of the computer watching everything I can for Marvel. Anything you would tell people to look forward to, or any players we haven't touched on yet?
Be sure, besides my match, be sure to look after Roshadian and Giobran because they're also having an exhibition as well because they're both Spider-Man players.
Okay, is there any is it a friendly exhibition or is it that beef exhibition? They've been talking crap about Spider-Man.
It's a beef thing, and besides that, there's money on the line.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
besides them, then we have obviously the real hype. Besides me and Cloud and then Roshi and Joe, the real hype for Mortal Kombat, we have Sonic Fox and Perfect Legend because they've been going
Yeah,
at
that
it.
whole Twitter thing.
Yeah, it looks aggressive. And the thing what I like is that Sonic Fox is the living prodigy. He is the god of this game,
Yeah.
and he is very underage to be a god of this caliber. And it's amazing to see someone so young as him, still in high school, making a living playing this game, bringing in thousands of dollars, winning these tournaments, making a name for himself,
Yeah,
beating
how
these players.
many fighting game players ever can make a living off of this? You know what I mean? I don't know if anyone else has ever been close to doing that. And Sonic Fox just got so much money out of like
Yeah,
2 events.
exactly. And he's still in high school on top of that. I worked security for Walgreens, stopping teams. I was probably beating up a few people for like $10 an hour. And this boy who's like 17, turning 18, is making quadruple my money from playing a video game tournament.
Does that encourage you, or does it kind of make you depressed? Like, damn, I should have been an MK player or a
Both.
better MK player. Both of them.
Both of them. But
All
at
right.
the same time, that's what's encouraging me to keep playing my team because besides me doing this whole thing, my whole goal is to start competing after Evo 2016. If I win Evo, I'm completely done. I'm retiring.
All right. So if you ever won Evo, you're done like with games. You're
I'm, re-
gonna go on a
I'm
mountain
retiring.
somewhere, and you're just
Yeah,
gonna live in the mountain,
and that's it.
and that's it.
And the message behind that, for me to do what I do and grind what I do with the team I do, is to show people that you got to believe in what you're playing with. Feel confident. Don't hold back. There's no such thing as, oh, I'm going to win. Oh, I can never beat this player because I'm going to get bodied. You need to go with the confidence, I'm going to win, and learn why they're losing. Look back at the takes. If you're not going to learn, like I said, it's not the game for you. But
It's
you
not
got
the
to
game for
learn.
you, right? Like we said at the start.
Yeah,
Bringing
and
it all back.
that's how it's got to. Exactly, that's how it's got to be. Because if Justin could do it, and look at his team, even though his team's better than mine, look what he's working with. It's practically nearly a full ground team. If I can do it with my team, you guys can do it with whatever you want. Whether it be Hashenko, Phoenix Wright, and Frank West.
Whoa,
Who
let's not get
knows?
crazier. Hold up.
I know
No. I'm just kidding.
that's
You make a good
extremely
point.
crazy, and it
You
makes
make a
no
good
sense.
point.
I'm just saying, like, even though I made up random names, if you believe you can do it and you can make it work, synergy is gonna work. Feel confident, learn what's going on, learn why you're losing, and think of what you can do to get around that, and you're set. You can't give up hope.
Well said, man. Well said. Um, well, man, if
Yeah.
there's nothing else you wanted to bring to light, or if you wanted to cover, I just got one last thing for us. Was there any final thoughts on Summer Jam or anything as we're going into it?
Um, my final thoughts is, besides trying to make it out of pools, because I feel like I'm gonna have a rough road with unknown.
Uh huh.
I encourage everybody else to actually believe in the players. And besides supporting and cheering, if you're on the sideline learning and you're trying to play, watch what's going on and study, because you don't always necessarily have to play the game to learn.
I like that. I
Yeah.
like that. I encourage everybody to believe in the players. That's definitely Marvel in 2015. I believe
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
I think
Because
King
nowadays,
Blue River might be the actual walking, living embodiment of believe in the players.
exactly, like it's you don't need to look at the player's team. Their team sucks. Believe in the player. That person has a brain. He's gonna use it. One last sense of advice that I want to give out
Hit
to
me with
those
it.
who
Hit
watch
me with
the
it.
stream.
Go right ahead,
This
man.
is a video game. This is a video game, and this is a video game. You have nothing to lose. Even if it's tournament, it's just a game. Take risks. If you win, you will be happy. If you lose, you will be wise. Yeah, you'll never lose when you're playing the game. It's either you're winning or you're learning.
I like that. That's definitely truth. And it's like you were saying before. And if you're not learning when you lose, it's not the game for you. At this point, you're 4 or 5 years into this game. If you're not
That's the truth.
learning, yeah,
Right now,
I like that your philosophy is all it's connected. It links into itself and it all supports itself.
that's the truth. Like, it's 2015. Anybody can play if they want. You should know how to beat DMC or Morgan by now.
So, to wrap us up here, I have a little game or a little activity for you if you want to play along.
Sure.
As we finish up. So, I hit you up. I was looking for somebody with that East Coast knowledge who could point out a couple of the up-and-coming players like you were mentioning, like Punisher. I would have forgotten to talk about him, even though he was kicking ass at next level the other
Oh, yeah,
night.
most definitely.
But on the other hand, you probably don't know too many of the Midwest players, right?
No, not really. Like I said, I came into this league not knowing who's who, so I fear nothing. That's why.
So I want to play a game with you, just because there's a lot of Midwest guys over there, and I hope you meet up with them. The Chicago guys are a lot of fun, and they're all rolling out in a big force. There's like 10 dudes or something. If you see those guys, mention my name. My name carries a lot of weight in the Midwest. You know what it is. But what I wanted to do with you was just have you tell me how good the Midwest players are based only on their usernames. I want you to rate everybody on a scale from 1 to 5. I'm going to tell you their name, and you tell me how good you think they are, okay? We're going just by the name. You're going to tell me how good their name is, or how good a player with that name should be, okay? So just a scale from 1 to 5, just give it your best shot. So there's my guy. There's my guy. Pretty much everybody I'm going to mention is coming in from Chicago, Illinois. So, first guy, his name is Leon Ultimate.
Leon Ultimate?
Leon Ultimate. Is that a whack name? Is that a good name? Was it 1 out of 5 or 1 to 5?
I give it a 3.
A 3 out of 5 for Leon Ultimate. Kind of an average sounding player, probably not that good.
Yeah, he could be that hidden tech. You never know. Like, I could say he's bad, and the next thing you know, he bodies whoever's up there.
Oh, so Leon Ultimate, that hidden tech. That's the kind of name it is. Okay. All right. How about my next guy's name is Super Axel, and Axel is AXL. It's like from Mega Man, Axel.
Oh, he's definitely a 4, just because I love Axel.
Oh yeah. You got the okay.
Yeah,
That Mega Man.
Mega Man. Yeah.
All right, so Super Axel, he's even better than Axel, so he's that 4 out of 5. That makes sense. Maybe he'll win his pool, even though it's got Chris G in it. Chris G, he's probably like a 4 out of 5 too, right?
Yeah. I mean, remember what I said? It's 2015. Everybody should know how to play board games by now.
Yep, you're right. Now, there is a guy in your pool from Illinois, from Chicago. His name is Sam Star. What kind of a name do you think that is?
Sam Star?
Sam Star. Like the name Sam, but with a star behind it.
It's kind of strange. I don't know. That could be a 3, 2 or 3. I'm not sure. It's
Ooh, a 2 or 3. It's kind of a whack name. I get you. Sam Star. What does that mean?
It's too plain. Watch out for your character.
Too plain. Okay. I'll have to give him feedback on that. I'll be like, hey, bro, Scamby says your name is 2 out of 5. How you feel about that? And let me.
But
hit
then
you.
again, I can't.
No, that's the rules, man. That's the rules. You
That's
just gotta
the
go by
rules.
the name.
All right, no problem.
All right.
Gotcha.
Last guy here that I'm gonna bring up is his name is Compound X. That could be like a chemical compound X. That could be like
He's a 4.
He's a 4.
Immediately.
Immediately
He's
a
getting
4.
4.
Is it? Let's be honest. Is it the X? Is it like that mystery from the X?
Nah, it's a pop-up real estate. The fact that he's Compound X remind me of Chemical X. That end.
Oh,
If
the
it could make the
Powerpuff
Pop-Up Girls, the
Girls.
Rowdy Rough Boys. Yeah, if it can make them or the Rowdy Rough Boys, you know, like you earned it. And at the same time, I know who Compound X is as well.
Oh yeah. Here's a
Like I personally know him. Yeah, so he's definitely earned
Compound
that.
X, so you know he's a 4 out of 5. You're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I respect that then. Yeah. So in general, you think that Midwest guys have some? It sounds like some 3 average about from the Midwest. What do you think of
Going by name, yeah.
going by name? How who do you think has the best name in KPB?
That's a tough one. That's a very tough one.
I brought you in to answer the hard questions, man, because I know that this is, you're the only one who can do it.
I feel that the best name has. Oh man, that's really tough. I have to think about all the names that come up. Hands down, the name has to go to either Random Fiend or Mad Titan.
Random Fiend or Mad Titan. It sounds like you like names that have 2 parts to them.
Specifically, yeah, those 2 names, they have the overflow. I would have said my other teammate Sean Aquino, but that's his real name, so he definitely gets a no for that. There's no creativity.
There's no creativity? Okay, that name's kind of wag. Like,
no.
Hey, man, you just use your name. Like, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Like, I
So
think you can do that if you're
Random Fiend.
Justin Wong. I think that's about it.
Yeah, it's definitely Random Fiend and Mad Titan. And I forgot, no, there's Grief as well. Grief is no, because he's the one solo name, but it's like, good grief. Hey,
Good grief.
why me? Why is it got to be my type of thing? Why, of all players,
Good
why
grief.
me?
Why did I lose to Grief? He's good. That kind of thing. And no one says bad Grief.
Yeah,
so
and he actually
no
is
one's gonna
good.
call him bad. That's a good
And
point.
the thing is, he's actually a really great player. I don't know if anybody watches KI, but he's our KI player. Grief is definitely really great. Yeah, well, I could say I think he got. I'm not sure if he got top 8 or if he got 9th at Evo, but he took 3rd place at CEO.
Oh, word? Oh, that's legit, man.
Yeah, he's
Shouts
really
to
good.
KPB. You guys like.
Definitely the whole team.
Yeah, man. I let me take a second just as an aside to say how much I love that there's like different teams and stuff going on in New York. Like, to me that's cool because as a Midwest boy, like we got to get 5 whole states together just to even start making a team. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah. I don't blame you. I mean, like, look at the group we made, the Nemesis. We're like all over the world as a group.
Yeah, that group is hype though. You know what I'm talking about. Like somebody shares some Nemesis tech and we all start screaming.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Nemesis players for you though. We think we got it all figured out. So if you see new Nemesis tech, it's like what? Huh? What?
Yeah, most definitely.
All right, man. Well,
But other than that, Alex, thanks again for having me stream. Thanks for definitely tuning in and listening to my words of advice and even just questions what y'all asked or what y'all wanted to know.
For sure, man. Like, thanks for doing this with me. I know it's a little bit, it's a little bit like sketch just because I'm pulling you in at the last minute and like demanding so much of your time and stuff like that. But
Oh no, that's fine. Don't worry.
For sure, man. Well, good luck to you at Summer Jam. And next time I gotta hit up a contact on the East Coast, I'll see what you're up to. Okay.
Oh, thank you, man. No problem. Anytime. You're always welcome. And also, besides you, because I know anybody on stream who's looking forward to watching some cool stuff about my team or even my hype moments, tune into my YouTube channel. It's Scamby820. You can see all my hype moments or even my matches posted up there, and you can check out the original matches on the original.
Right,
channels.
Scamby820, right? 820.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So yeah, that's your Twitter and your YouTube, right? Scamby820.
That's right. Even my Xbox Live account as well.
There you go. So if anybody's trying to watch Scamby's videos or read his tweets or play him online, I guess that's what you're gonna hit up, 820. Okay, dude. Well, with that said, thanks again for everything, and I guess we're gonna peace out here.
Oh yeah, definitely. Thank you.
Yeah, take it easy. That concludes the Marvel Minutes interview of KPB Scamby before Summer Jam 9. Thank you to everybody who took the time to listen. The Marvel Minute we're still looking at it. I still consider it in beta. If you have advice, criticism, concerns, suggestions, please contact me. I welcome any kind of feedback. I do hope to continue creating more content in the future. Whatever the people are looking for, whatever the people need, whatever I can make for them, I want to do that. This has been Net Battles AA signing out.